Hello everyone, and welcome to WWE 2K24 MyGM. We're back. It's another year, another MyGM, and I'm excited about this one because, 2K22 MyGM was a new feature, really just laying the groundwork. 2K23, we got some neat little expansions on it, but still not quite a fully realized game mode. But 2K24, we have even more changes, building even more on the foundation set before. I have played a little bit of this, and it definitely feels more of a fully fleshed out mode, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So I think I'm going to do the same thing that I did last year. I'm going to be Tyler Breeze, and I'm going to pick SmackDown, but this year, what's going to be different to what I did last year is instead of 3 players, I'm going to do 4. I'm going to go up against 3 different AI and see how that goes. We got some new options in here. Let's put Paul Heyman. And, Paul Heyman's got to be ECW, right? That's a really devastating perk. Block all opposing brands from using 3 randomly selected champions. I don't know if that's 3 per show or like 1 per. I guess it depends how many brands there are. It's probably 3 for each show. That seems pretty bad. Or bad for us, I should say. Really good for Paul Heyman. So Sonya Deville, power cards are free. Adam Pearce, Stephanie, Xavier Woods. See, like if Xavier Woods played the cheat code and just stole somebody, I think I gotta do that. Because I feel like having, that's the drama, having a superstar randomly stolen. Superstars that can't be booked, so Paul Heyman can prevent champions from being booked. NXT title matches receive a large rating boost. So last year I did SmackDown, Raw, and NXT, so I think this year what I'll do is have ECW, NXT 2.0, and then we'll have someone book WCW, Ted DiBiase, I don't know about that, William Regal, Theodore Long, got some William Regal's back, Theodore Long, Teddy, he's a new option. Let's go ahead and have William Regal represent WCW. So this is what we're gonna look at for this season of MyGM. Gonna go hard on the AI. Last time I did normal, and it eventually got pretty easy, so I'm not going to make it easy for myself. Game difficulty, though, between normal and hard, it doesn't really change. Like, before it used to be you'd want it on the highest, because you can book the most matches, or at least that's what I would do. But I think I'm going to go normal to kind of balance out the AI potentially getting a good edge. Opening budget, always going maximum because it goes fast. I guess I can do snake order. I'm mostly doing AI, so that'll just affect the draft more than anything else. Shakeups are going to be on, of course. I already have a draft pool picked out, just tweaked a couple little things in there. No auto draft. Start with a few match types unlocked. Oh, so this is new. You can have to, make progress with the match types as well. Classic, default. I feel like there's already a lot of different things you can work with. So I might just go classic for that. Yeah, I think I'll leave the match type as classic. Because different things to learn this year. There's in-ring experience, all sorts of stuff like that, but we'll get there. First is the draft. So right off the bat, you can see, oh my god, Rey Mysterio has 25 oh shoot. Well, I did not mean to hit that button, but it's okay. We're gonna start with Rey Mysterio, I guess. Oh, this snake order with 4 people is gonna just wreck me here. So a lot of names that I would like to have going off the board early here. So what I meant to do is hit superstar info. I wanted to look at this. So now I don't know what Rey Mysterio's perks are. But I you know, we'll do it for the content. I'll stick with it. So yeah, you can, there's different ones, like, the first one is always going to be their match specialty, which I think is good. I like to know that right off the bat. I think, though, if you're like an enhancement talent, you might not start at 5, it might start at 1, so that might not be unlocked, but usually for the bigger names, they're gonna have it. So I picked up Rey, who is a cruiserweight. What do we got for giants? Omos, Ivar. Not a lot of compelling options for me to make the jump on at this moment. Bailey is a specialist. Let's what do we got for the women? Let's build a women's roster. I think I'm gonna a 5 ring skill for EO. I don't know about that. I feel like EO should be at the very least on par with, you know, all these. Scarlet and Isla Dawn at 15. I'm not sure what determines that, but it's interesting. I think I will go ahead and take EO Sky. You know, we got Rey Mysterio, her, like, inspiration. I'm pretty sure that's the case. She does the 619 sometimes. So yeah, we got EO. I might also just go ahead and jump straight. I went too far. The Giants. So EO is a heal. I could maybe go Raquel later, or I could go Pipe. I think I'm gonna go Piper Niven. Like, they're both heal, but I can work around that. But I'll hold off on that. And hopefully they don't take her. So let's see. Let's go back to the men. Let's get like a Logan Paul. I know I have anyway, had a thought and lost it. Let's go with main event Jey Uso. Wait, that's also a cruiser. I'm doing great on this draft. Nikki Cross to ECW. MVP goes to NXT 2.0. LA Knight. Okay, so they're gonna do like a Finn and LA Knight feud. Candice LeRae. A lot of, there goes Bailey as well. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. I might honestly like hold on to a fair amount of my money once I draft the minimum and just see who I can scout. So now I really need a giant. I guess Omos. I guess we're gonna take Omos, and then I could take Piper. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do it. I already messed up once. I don't want to lose the people I'm looking at. Karrion Kross to ECW. Logan Paul to NXT 2.0. All right. Randy Orton to WCW. WCW's building like a really good roster. That's a really solid foundation they've got there. Shinsuke Nakamura to ECW. I feel like I'm gonna slip up at some point and call WCW ECW and vice versa. You know, I've got Jay. Let's take Jimmy. Let's go ahead and potentially get an Uso feud going, and we need to buff out the women's roster a little bit. Maybe someone who's not just right. So one of the other perks is that superstars can get a bonus class. So for Miz here, you see he starts as a specialist, but he can also turn into a cruiserweight because there are class change promos, and those are pretty useful. So Gallows is already gone. I'm not going to bother with Carl Anderson. Oh, I know. Well, that's another cruiserweight. But cruiserweights, they don't pair as well together as cruiserweights and giants, but they do, like, fairly solid. What I want to see here... we don't have Damian Priest's bonus class. I wonder if he could be a giant. I'm going to go Damian Priest. We'll see if they take Dirty Dom. Julius Creed goes to ECW. Alba Fire to NXT 2.0. Carmella's going to WCW. Nikita Lyons also to WCW. Fallen Henley. There are a lot of these NXT people that I'm not super familiar with, so, you know, I'm doing better with keeping up with the product these days, so I know more people than I have in, like, the last 2 years, but, ooh, Tiffany Stratton could be fun. But yeah, they didn't do it, so we're gonna take Dirty Dom, so we can kind of get the Judgment Day together, get a little tag team action. What do we got for bruisers? Nothing as a super compelling matchup for Damian Priest right now, unless I wanted to turn somebody. So I think I'll hold off and see who's in free agency. I need more women. I've got a lot of... Looking at my classes here, I have 2 giants, 5 cruiserweights, and then the rest are just kind of hanging out. So wait, I have EO and Piper, so that's 1 feud I can do. Let's, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna take Tiffany Stratton. She is a specialist, which doesn't, like, pair exceptionally well with any class, but, she'll do fine against anyone. So Tamina to ECW, Ivar to NXT. WCW took Tony D'Angelo and Zoe Stark. Channing, Stax, Lorenzo, Indy Hartwell, they're all off the board. So I'm up to 901,000. We're on round 10, so now we are getting to the rounds that aren't, like, necessary. So I'm gonna start watching my budget here. Let's look at cheaper people. I might do I just keep loading up on cruiserweights? I could. She'd be an immediate rival for Piper while EO is hanging out. Yeah, why not? Shotzi or Roxanne? I think I'm gonna go Roxanne Perez. And then class matchups are not amazing here. Anyone interesting for men? Oh, I've got Ray, so I could potentially get LWO. I'll go Cruz Del Toro. Just keep stacking up on cruiserweights. Why not? Will this show be kind of repetitive at the start? Yes. The show, like, the first few weeks are always kind of a mess to put together. So Miz and Eric to WCW, NXT 2.0 got Ilya Dragunov and Montez. Blair Davenport and Kit Wilson go to ECW. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Joaquin Wilde to pair with Cruz Del Toro. You know, another cruiserweight. Why not? We're really going, like, I should have been WCW with all the cruiserweights I have. But SmackDown also had the cruiserweight division. I've gone over what I was planning to do even, so I'm gonna go ahead and call that. 12 picks is all right. We got like 400,000 holding on, so yeah, there's a lot that you can do with that budget. It's a lot more versatile, like what is required to get certain things this year. So holding on to money, I think, is going to be a good strategy at the start. That roster is fine. It's not horrible, I would say. JD McDonough, so not quite the complete Judgment Day, but it is what it is. You know, there are also the options of trades, so like maybe I could go for like a Rhea Ripley later or something to that effect. WCW, I think that's a really interesting roster they've laid out. I think that might be potentially my like favorite roster I've seen put together. ECW's got you know, they've got an assortment of talent. NXT 2.0 also gonna call it. This one I think is maybe the one that feels the most like I'm not seeing the vision, but not my show, so I don't have to. So yeah, NXT 2.0 has the most people right off the bat. Yeah, we will keep an eye out for that. So, you know, typical stuff here, Hall of Fame, yada yada. I don't think that's much different this year. You know, it's the usual. I was born for this. We're gonna win the MyGM thingy year. William Regal's talking trash. And Paul Heyman's talking trash. All right. So now we select the champions right off the bat. I actually have tag teams I can do. So I could do Damian Priest and Dirty Dom, or I could do Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. I think just like looking at class matchups, I'm gonna make it the LWO. They could also use the little popularity boost, so I think that is a good call. World Champion. I'm realizing there's not a lot of like big main event guys right off the bat, like no real headliners. Like Jey Uso, you know, main event Jey Uso, he'll be there if we build him up a little more. Probably the same with Jimmy and Priest, but I'll go just straight down the middle and make it Rey. The Intercontinental title, I think I'll leave vacant, and I'll have some kind of match for it, maybe even on the first show to crown that. Probably the same with the women's tag team titles. I only have 4, and I don't know that any of these make a great team necessarily. So yeah, we'll go Io for the women's champion. I'm okay with that. So one of our superstars has a power card perk, so we got 2-bit arena. So you select an opposing brand, and they can only use a tier 1 arena logistic during the next week's show, which is definitely more important. Like, that could be really devastating if if I hold on to that and they're up to like tier 4, tier 5, whatever, and then I play that. That could be pretty rough for them. Season challenges: book 25 matches that receive at least 3 stars. That shouldn't be hard. Book 10 shows with a charity promo. We surpassed 300k in the bank, so that's cool. We got pre-match physio. 3 power cards in 1 week. 5 promises to superstars. 15 shows without an injury. Book 10 shows with interference. 10 power cards against other brands. Oh, so we have to be mean. Gotcha. Make 3 superstars very happy. That shouldn't be hard. And renew the contracts of 5 superstars. So that is our challenges for Season 1. Have a Hell in a Cell match. Triple H, it's week 1. Oh, but that's really good. Gain 30 ring XP? That is... Well, I guess we're gonna have a Hell in a Cell match week 1. Hopefully I have people that have stamina. I'm not seeing anyone in the 90s. Omos, 87 stamina? Alright. Sure. But yeah, I think, there's a lot more to explore here. I'll go ahead and use my Birth of Legends card right off the bat, and then we'll call that for the episode. So Priest, Io, Tiffany Stratton, Jimmy Uso, Roxanne Perez, and Piper Niven all got an immediate +6 to their popularity. So next time, we'll take a look at the talent scouts, mess around with some logistics, and we will book our first show. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you stick around for the rest of the series, and I will catch you with the next video. Episode thing. Bye.